What's going on, y'all? It's Billy here on the Constitutional Carry page. Billy Carey, how clever. Page is all about the Constitution, but mostly gun stuff because that's what I enjoy. I'm not an expert. I'm not a lawyer. I don't give law advice. I'm just your average American veteran who took an oath to defend the Constitution, and I take it seriously. My enlistment ended. Nobody relieved me of an oath. So, with that said, my good buddy Nick, I've got it all up here on the computer so I don't screw this up, sent me this yesterday or the day before. I don't sleep, so I don't know what day it was. But basically, everyone's up in arms about this ruling from U.S. District Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman, who just ruled that an illegal immigrant's Second Amendment was violated because he was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm. Now, you would think that this is a pretty conservative page because it's about the Constitution and focusing more on guns. But let me explain something to you. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Okay? I look at the Constitution. That's the law of the land. That's how it's supposed to be. And her ruling is absolutely correct. You don't like that? That makes you upset? Let me break it down for you. First of all, she used history and tradition, which is from the Brewer decision, and showed that certain British people were allowed to have weapons during the Revolutionary War because they weren't deemed unsafe or unfit. But even more so, you don't get to run around screaming my rights, my rights. You don't get to run around and throw the Constitution in people's face and scream about your rights and how they're inalienable rights, which means they were granted to you at birth by your creator, the universe, God, Allah, whoever you want to use as your creator. Those rights were granted to you at birth. The government did not supply you those rights, correct? Right? That's what we always say, myself included, with the Second Amendment. The government doesn't grant me that right. They don't get to tell me I can have that right. It is my right by birth. Guess what? That also means it's the immigrant's right as well. The United States does not grant them rights from the Bill of Rights. They get those rights by being born. They're human. They have the right to free speech. They have the right to defend themselves. They have the right to practice their religion. They have the right to unreasonable search and seizure. I'm sorry, we don't get to have it both ways. We either stand for the rights that we're born with, that we claim are inalienable rights, or the government grants us those rights and they can take them away. Which is it? You don't get to have it both ways.